Hi everyone, welcome to week 2 of EDU250, Introduction to Special Education. This week we are going to dive right in and we're going to be taking a closer look at special education planning. We're going to be talking about IEPs and IFSPs. We're going to be talking about accommodations and modifications and universal design. So this week for our materials for the course, I'd like you to read about IFSPs, Individual Family Service Plans, about IDEA, also about accommodations and modifications, and also universal instruction. I have a few videos for you to watch, one about what is an IEP, another explains accommodations and modifications. There's also a second accommodations and modifications one, and what are the benefits of universal design? How can we look at it from a more universal perspective? I will warn you that accommodations and modifications can sometimes be a little bit confusing. Keep this in mind while you're thinking about it. An accommodation is something that levels the playing field. An accommodation is something that you're not changing the essence of an assignment or an activity. You're leveling the playing field. You're providing a book in Braille to somebody who is blind and can't read regular text. You're providing seating in the front of the classroom or near an adult, those kinds of things. Whereas a modification changes the what. So accommodations are going to change the how and level the playing field. Modifications are going to change the what. So giving an alternate assignment, using a different textbook, those kinds of things that actually change the instruction. So think of accommodations as changing the how and modifications as changing the what. Hopefully that will help you. And I know that there are times where it can be a little fuzzy between the two, but that's a good frame of reference for you. For our discussion this week, I'm going to ask you to watch a short video called Welcome to Holland. It's a pretty old video, but I think it will still probably resonate with you. After you watch the video, I would like you to answer the following questions. Give us your general reactions and thoughts about the video. Let us know if there's anything that surprised you. And describe your personal experience or at least one other connection with this week's reading from the Welcome to Holland video. And then think about how you can support parents of children with special needs to make sure that their child is developing in a positive way and experiencing positive outcomes. So that's our discussion for this week. Make sure that your initial post is done by Wednesday at midnight. Be sure to include references and in-text citations. That's especially important in your initial response to the prompt. It shows me where you're making connections to the course material and to any other research you might have done. And then our assignment this week is going to be you are going to actually do some more in-depth, a deeper dive into accommodations and modifications. So I've provided you with a list of accommodations and modifications. You can find it in the details for the assignment. Click on it, it should pop up. And then I'd like you to either do a brief paper, 2 to 3 pages maximum, or a brief presentation, 5 minutes, that defines accommodations and modifications, and I already gave you some information for that. Explain how some accommodations or modifications can be made using the principles of universal design. And then I want you to pick at least one accommodation or modification as an example to be used for universal design. And I did give you an example in the assignment. Make sure that you read the rubric before you begin your assignment. And then I would even suggest rereading the rubric again before you submit it to make sure you didn't miss any components of the assignment. If there's anything that you need from me, feel free to send me a message and I'll get back to you typically within an hour or so. Also, on Sunday nights, we have our meetup from 7 to 8, which is optional. If you haven't already sent me your preferred email address, make sure you get that to me so I can send you a calendar invitation so you can come if you choose to. If there's anything else I can help you with, let me know. Otherwise, take care and have a great week. Bye-bye.